Hello and welcome to the Political Nigerian channel again. In this video, we want to address the issue of the 1999 Constitution. There are a lot of critics out there who say the 1999 Constitution is fraudulent. They say it is not people-driven, it's not people-led, and so it is not autochthonous, according to how one former minister described it. And so in this video, we want to look at whether all of these claims and accusations are correct. Is the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria a fraudulent document? Let's look into this. There is nowhere in the world where Constitution is perfect. Most of us, especially the critics who would want us to believe that the 99 Constitution is a fraudulent constitution, would refer us or look up to America, the United States of America, as being the bastion of democratic processes. And so in this video, I'm going to be using the American experience as an example, and it's a very good example. When America declared independence in 1776, her constitution was not and is not perfect. It is the reason why you hear in America they have comments like First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment, 15th Amendment, 19th Amendment, and so on and so forth. Because no one singular document will be perfect for all times. There will be need to bring the document, the Constitution in this case, up to speed with the realities of the times, of the people who are using it. Now, in the American Constitution, we copied the the popular phrase, "we the people." And those of our elders, and I like to call them political, ethnic, and religious demagogues, who criticize the 1999 Constitution, are quick to point out that we the people, we did not, there was no time we sat down to agree on the content of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And so for the Constitution to have "we the people" in there, that is the almighty fraud of all time. Really? Let's go back to the American Constitution and "we the people." When America declared independence in 1776, there was no "we the people." What we had in America were a bunch of wartime commanders, businessmen, and plantation owners who were more interested in what they could get by means of predatory capitalism. The people were not there. Because in the America of 1776, there was no universal suffrage. Not all white men, for example, could vote in America of 1776. You had to be a property owner as a white man to vote in 1776. Universal suffrage for male white adults in America did not come until the year 1828. And it took the blacks up to 1870 to get universal suffrage. American women, that one is another kettle of fish. American women as a whole did not get to vote until the 1920s. And so when the American Constitution of 1776 said, we the people, who were they referring to? The people were not there. So that phrase, we the people, is moot, is debatable, even in the American Constitution. And if that is the basis upon which our detractors and those who denounce our own constitution in Nigeria as being fraudulent, then I think they need to go back and think again. I will admit that the military gave us the 1999 Constitution. Some will say impose. I beg to differ though. But I would rather the military, the Nigerian military, our brothers, give us our constitution than for a foreigner to do so, like was the case up to the Independence Constitution. The 1999 Constitution is more legitimate, more pro-Nigerian than most other constitutions that we have had in this country. If you take the example of the Independence Constitution, for example, the Independence Constitution did not give us independence. At least our judiciary and our military, we knew, were not independent by the Independence Constitution, because our judiciary still had to defer to the Privy Council of London. Our military was still headed by the Britons. In fact, the 1963 Constitution, which is the one, we started claiming our independence in full. We started, I said, gave the judiciary its independence when it made sure that the highest court of the land in this country was the Supreme Court of Nigeria. And so we didn't have to defer to the Privy Council in London anymore. But then, our military was still being headed by a Briton. The Supreme Commander of the Army was still a Briton until 1965. The point here is this: that the 1999 Constitution is the most pro-Nigerian constitution we've had. And there is nothing illegitimate about it. We need to understand, for the purposes of younger generations who might not know, we need to put the issues straight. It is true that the 1999 Constitution was given to us by the military. In fact, the military were in a rush to leave power after the mysterious death of General Abacha and then Chief MKO Abiola. General Abdul Salam, who became the head of state, was in a rush to leave office. And so what he did was, it's not just him, because, the Supreme Military Council, what they did was to set up a commission headed by Honorable Justice Nikki Tobey. Our own Honorable Justice Nikki Tobey was the head of that committee. It was the Constitution Debate Coordinating Committee. I've got the file somewhere. Just one moment. Yeah, I've got the file somewhere. Yes, the Constitution Debate Coordinating Committee, CDCC. It was headed by a justice, Honorable Justice, and there was no member of that CDCC that was a military man. So this accusation that the military imposed stuff on us is a lie. Is a lie. The committee that recommended the 1999 Constitution to us were all civilian members, headed by an honorable justice, no less honorable than Nikki Tobey, our own very Nikki Tobey. And the 1999 Constitution is a spitting replica of the 1979 Constitution. The 1979 Constitution went through a people-driven process. It was chaired by Honorable Justice Udo Udoma, and you had contributions from heavyweight constitutional lawyers like the eternal Chief Rotimi Williams, contributing to that constitution, the 1979 Constitution. It was that same constitution that the Justice Tobey Nikki Committee suggested to the military to give to Nigeria. And there was something interesting. When the Abdul Salam administration commissioned Justice Nikki Tobey Commission to review the draft constitution, they were actually making reference to the draft 1995 constitution under Abacha. There were some thorny issues, very, very provocative issues with the 1995 draft constitution. And so the military wanted to see how do they resolve, those issues to make it acceptable to Nigerians. It was on the basis of that the Constitutional Debate Coordinating Committee was set up. But by the time the committee went around the various nooks and crannies of this country and met with people, held town hall meetings, also asked for submission of memoranda, people poured in submission of memoranda, people made their points known. The committee had over 400 memorandum papers submitted to it, both in Nigeria and even from Nigerians in the diaspora. There are two particular memorandum they received from the United States, from Nigerians in diaspora in the United States of America. That is the kind of process that the committee went through that brought the emergence of the 1999 Constitution as we know it today. Now, in all of the deliberations that they had with stakeholders, the committee found out that people did not want the 1995 draft constitution. People preferred the 1999 suspended constitution. Now, don't forget, 1979 constitution was suspended. It was suspended. Let's not forget that the 1979 constitution came as a product of a constituent assembly. And so it is people-led. And so we can claim that it is autochthonous. Like I had mentioned earlier, the 1999 Constitution is a spitting replica of the 1979 Constitution. The 1979 Constitution was never quashed. If you go through the records, when General Buhari overthrew the civilian government in 1983, the Constitution was suspended. It was not killed. And so if Nigerians, after rubbing minds together, said, give us the 1979 Constitution, not the one that Abacha had drafted, what is wrong with that? What is not autochthonous about that? What is not people-led about that? You see, when our political, tribal, and religious demagogues want to ferment trouble, they just pick half-truths and lies, mix them together to just cause confusion in the land. And many of these people are actually highly respected people in society, and it makes it. It makes it difficult sometimes. It makes it difficult sometimes to continue to give respect to these persons. Some of them are in their 90s and 80s and 70s, a few in their 60s. They said the 1999 Constitution is a fraud. But the 1999 Constitution is a photocopy of the 1979 Constitution. The military did not have time to set up a constituent assembly for the transfer of power. The way Abacha died, the way Abiola died, if na me be Abdul Salam, I not go one sit down for that seat. To be honest, the man wanted to run away. The sooner the better. And so, while looking at trying to modify the 1995 Constitution for us, Nigerians rejected it. The committee submitted their report. And when the committee submitted their report, they saw that, oh, okay, Nigerians don't want this 1995 Constitution, a draft Constitution that we even thought, okay, if they want the 1979 Constitution, give them the 1979 Constitution. So all what they did was to bring the 1979 Constitution up to speed by removing things like, by 1979, I think we were 12 states. I hope my sense of history is still serving me right. We were 12 states by 1979 when General Obasanjo was handing over to a civilian government. But by 1999, when we were going to go back to civilian rule, we were 36 states. Derivation formula, I think by the mid-90s, we had 13% derivation coming to, the Niger Delta people, for example. That did not exist in the 1979 Constitution, and so they now included that in the 1999 Constitution. And then in 1979, what we had was Federal Electoral Commission, FEDECO, I think they called it. But for transition to power in 1999, what we were going to have was INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission. So those kind of changes were made. If you put the 1999 Constitution side by side the 1979 Constitution, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. If for some reasons the Constitution is not serving us, then there is provision in the same Constitution that says, okay, modify me the way you want. Amend me the way you want, but this is the procedure that you are going to use to amend me. You will follow like so, like so, like so, like so, and like so. Which is what the Americans have been doing for centuries. Why is it hard for us to do the same? Why must we go about screaming at the top of our lungs? And the Nigerian Constitution is a fraud. Who told you so? I'm appealing to the older generation. Make una the small, they deceive the younger generation. The deception is too much. The political rascality is too much. Nigeria is a great country. Nigeria is a great country. It has not gotten to where we want it to be. It's because of you lots. You lot who will rather play politics with everything. The same politics you played that destroyed, that nearly killed this country in 1965. The same politics is taking place. You guys need to stop. For the benefit of younger generations, because I don't even know whether my generation, for younger generation purposes, I will do some follow-up videos regarding this issue of the Constitution, how we got the 1999 Constitution, and maybe also we might look into some of the issues with it, because like I mentioned earlier, no constitution in the world is perfect. The 1999 Constitution is one of those imperfect constitutions, but it can be amended. It doesn't mean we should throw it away. It can be amended. Let us put our efforts, channel our energies toward improving the Constitution, rather than screaming blue murder where there is no murder to scream about. I'll see you in another video.